Now, what is the objectives of fire safety? So basically, when we say objectives, what we need to achieve in fire safety, it is we should not be very selfish when we say fire safety. I should be safe. It should not be you should be safe or my loved ones should be safe. It is everyone. Life is there for everyone. In objectives of fire safety, life inside the environment. Why did I say environment? Fire can take up in any space. It can be inside a building. It can be in an infrastructure, in a tunnel, or it could be in a bridge, or it could be any of the infrastructure that you imagine, or it could be a fire in a forest. Whatever may be the type of fire, accidental fire, first and foremost thing that we need to safeguard that event is the life. So objectives of first fire safety is life safety. That means we should give chances for everyone to escape in that fire, and we should give continuous alert, and there should be some empathy and for giving for everyone's life to save, and there should be suitable paths for the exit of the people or maybe any of the animals from that event. Or and first, and the very important thing is protect the people who are dependent in any of this condition. That should be our first objectives of first fire safety. And second one is the property safety. This is very important. Why this property safety is very important? See, life, if certain life is stuck inside the building, maybe about 1 to 5%, then in that condition, any person should be able to give a chance for them to come out, like the fire personnel or maybe a fire brigade. So if they have to enter inside, our property should be safe. Our property should be safe, and that if that property is stable, integral, then there is a chance for any of the life that is there inside to come out. Okay. And second one, the property, it is not only ours, it is the neighboring also, and there should be protection all around and the spacing so that the fire which is there inside is not going to spread to the neighboring one and create a catastrophic events or maybe a financial losses. Okay. And so second goal in the fire safety is the property safety. And the last, in any accidental scenario, I was just looking into the details of in any of the accidental scenarios, how much amount of carbon that will be emitted. The carbon is such a bad matter to the environment. Every year, due to this fire accidents, there is about 2.4 billion tons of carbon is being emitted. That is a huge amount of carbon. Even the 20% if you take, that is going to sustain in the environment, the amount of global warming potential this is going to give, it is unimaginable. That means we have to take all around scenarios that are available around us for considering the goal to safeguard in any of the accidental fires. And next is the, I think, okay, can you all see? Okay, fire resistance. So this fire resistance terminology is something which is associated with our fire safety, but these two are sometimes are clubbed together because of lack of knowledge or lack of understanding, or it could be lack of experience. The fire resistance is a separate one, or I can say it as a part of fire safety. It is not everything, but it is a part of fire safety. So then what is this fire resistance? So fire resistance is considered for elements, whatever may be the element that you say. It could be the building element, it could be a load bearing element or a non-load bearing element. This fire resistance is given to this element that we are going to consider for construction. Whenever we do the design of these elements, it could be window, door, or any of the load-bearing elements, okay, the design should be such a way that the fire is controlled within the compartment. What is the meaning of compartment? You can see the first image that I have added here, the topmost image. So where the fire which has taken place on a couch or a sofa or a chair, okay, it has taken to the full potential of that fire, and that has caused the accumulation of smoke at the roof level, and that slab has compromised. You can see the slab has compromised, and that fire has traveled to the neighboring rooms. Okay, so basically in this condition we say the slab is failed and the integrity of slab is failed, maybe due to any of the scenario. Okay, but if the element fails to contain that fire within that compartment, then the loss of fire resistance is there. The integrity of the element has been lost, and this can create the more amount of fire in the surrounding next compartments. Okay, now basically why this is required? So to prevent any of the collapse to take place, so we need to maintain this fire resistance of every element that we consider to construct. And this fire basically can have the potential to travel from one compartment to another compartment in the same level, or it can travel from one floor to another floor. That I have added here, the second image. The fire which is there in basement, see, basically the basement are used most of the time, you can see, for storage purpose or maybe for vehicle parking. Nowadays I saw about 1 week ago or 3 days ago in Indore, electrical vehicle that was parked inside a garage next to a building that has caught fire. And these are the scenarios which will be there, and if that is not controlled, that has the potential to travel even to the upper floors, something like this. So whenever we have to reduce the fire spread, then fire resistance of these elements should be high, and basically they should contain this fire for a longer hour. Whatever may be the fire that burns, it has to be contained. And the last, the fire resistance should also be considered the spread of fire externally to the other floors, or it could be other building. Any of this fire that is there within the building or within the compartment that you are seeing here has the potential to come out. When it comes out, it has its friend roaming around freely, that is air, oxygen environment. It catches and he goes along with that person and he takes the fire brand. Similar to WTC that I showed you, the every fire has the ability to transfer the fire from one area that is outside, one point to the outside, to the neighboring building. Basically in fire resistance, our elements, whichever we are going to consider to construct, inside, outside, or maybe any of the element that is we are going to cover outside, okay, these should able to prevent fire to spread inside, prevent fire spread above the floor, and also to the neighboring building. So this is about the difference between fire safety objective and fire resistance objective. Okay, with this we have understood a requirement in accidental fire scenario. Let us come to a little more basics into the fire.